Hi, it's Lipstick Al. Thank you so much for watching today. I was going through my makeup collection and I had so much fun talking about the lipsticks I couldn't wait to wear for fall that I decided let's do it with eyeshadows as well. I did one of these last year and I picked everything that I wanted to wear this fall, make sure that I have to wear this. And then I checked the video I made last year. If you want to see that one, I'll link it for you in the description box down below, but they're all different. I was like, ooh, how is that they're all different? So if you want to see 20 different eyeshadow palettes for fall, this has got 10 and there's 10 in that other one for you. By the way, thank you so much for making the time to watch today. So let me start with the one that I'm wearing today. This one is crazy expensive. It's $108 and it's from Hermes. And the truth is, if I'm going to pay that much for eyeshadow, I want to wear it all the time. This is their Ombre de Hermes and it's number 6. So it has 2 metallics in there and I'm wearing the gold one today on the lid and this almost champagne-y silver one in the inner corner. But I did actually put on the burgundy all over the lid and then the dark brown kind of like in the outside corner and buff it in. Now, obviously these are very much a light wash. You can get some very serious colors with all of these. Like you want depth and color, you can get there. But because I always look best in lighter desaturated shades, I can still wear shades like this. They just can't be applied to their full opacity. Otherwise, it ages me, which no thank you. And it also looks like I'm trying too hard. Also, no thank you. But this is beautiful. I like the formulas. I really love a quad, and this small, compact, but still very autumnal shades is so easy to reach for. And the truth is, I want to make sure I'm getting my dollar's worth. So I'm going to be reaching for this a lot in the fall. Another one that is kind of like a small color story, and she's brand new. This is the new one from Lisa Eldridge. This is Fawn. So I have a video on this that I'll link for you in the description box down below, as well as right here where I'm trying it on for the first time. And I've had an opportunity to wear this several times since that video. And oh my goodness, she's so pretty, so pretty. But this is one of those, if you're looking for kind of like okay, when we're talking neutrals, cool neutrals, warm neutrals, and neutral neutrals, meaning that they don't lean warm and they don't lean cool, that's what you're getting here. I find that Lisa's Vega palette, which is kind of like the cool neutrals, or the Cinnabar that just recently got discontinued, if you happen to have it, is like the warm neutral version. This is the one that's like right smack dab in the middle, where it's not too warm, where it's not too cool. I think this suits a ton of different skin tones, and I think that it being more in that neutral vein is very helpful. There is some coolness in this shade here, and this kind of pinky shade, but they're just beautiful on the eye. It's just enough and not too much. It's not quite a black. It's a really deep charcoaly shade called Burnt Clove, and it's stunning. And this little metallic number here, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. So if you're looking for something that is a little bit different, but still kind of in that safe zone, I love to call these sorts of palettes a Boring Betty. This is a gorgeous Boring Betty that I cannot wait to continue reaching for this fall. The next 2 are from Sydney Grace, and Sydney Grace makes my favorite eyeshadow formula. And you would think that since they just released a whole series of like seasonal palettes that I would have the fall one for. You know, I've got the winter. This is Northern Winter, but the reason that I love this is it has these really pretty kind of berry tones in there. And you've got some coolness in here with these silvery shades and this deep charcoal. This is such a pretty palette. You have this neutral brown. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, but this shade here, this berry shade, I mean, look at that. It's like a jewel. It's so pretty. I really feel like this is the sort of palette that if you're looking to create a fun, kind of non-typical, not warm sort of autumnal look, something like this really comes in like perfect. And I know it's labeled as like a winter palette. You could probably use it for winter too, but this sort of palette here is giving me everything that I'm looking for. Some more of those burgundy tones. There is a neutral brown in there and some cooler shades. It's going to build beautiful looks this fall. Now, another one that I absolutely love is this one By the way, these are both the light version. I love that Sydney Grace does a light and a deep version of most of their eyeshadow palettes. So if you have fair skin like me, pick up the light. If you have rich, deep skin tones, pick up the deep. This one is in the light palette. This is the Heaven on Earth. This one, it's very, very murky, very green, and there is some blue across the bottom, but like some of these shades in here just call to me. And they're like little, they look like they could be gems underwater. Aren't they just so pretty? These sorts of shades I really, really, really enjoy. And I'll be honest, this is the only shade right here I haven't worn. And it's because it's bright blue, and that's definitely outside of my comfort zone, and there's no way to get that kind of to be a wash and not look like either it's a bruise or a mistake. And if it was less saturated, because I have worn this one's super pretty, but because it's lighter, it works on my fair skin. And then this one here has a little blue shift to it, even though it looks white in the pan. Do you see the blueness to it? Oh, it's so pretty. But this palette is fantastic. I like being able to lean here into all of these kind of army greens. If I want to go a little bit warmer, I've got this top row. If I want to stay in these kind of warmer leaning greens, I've got this here. And these shades here, I can use this as a liner. I can use this as liner. I can use this as inner corner highlight. The same with both of these here, these matte ones up top. It's just a really easy, versatile palette. And for someone like me who usually likes to go for kind of like a lighter eye look, I can get a super bold look out of this, right where it's on the edge of being too much, but not quite. I really, really, really love this palette, and I love kind of like the grungy tones we have in here. This next palette is kind of like an all-over palette, but I find that I use it mostly for like contour and for eyes, and it's from Danessa Myricks. This has been out for about a year now, and I really love this palette. This is the Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette. Mine has seen like a lot of use. There are two different formulas in here. So one of these, the larger pan, is kind of like the putty formula, and then there's a accompanying powder right next door. You can take these out. These are removable. They're in there through magnets, so that's fantastic and super easy. I know she just released a palette for holiday. I don't know if it's limited edition, but it's another one of these really great, easy to like put your own favorites in their sort of palette. If I wore those type of duochromes and triochromes, like I would definitely purchase it, but there's a lot of rainbow colors in there. They're very saturated, and they certainly put me outside of my eyeshadow comfort zone. Like my 14-year-old would be over the moon, but it's kind of expensive, so I'm not planning on picking it up. But I love that Danessa gives us the ability to pick and choose our favorites. There's another palette like this. It has more berry and warm tones in there, so you could put some of those in here, or some of these in the other one, or the new palette that has also got magnets in there. You could lift pans out of here and put them in the other palette. You could basically do whatever you want, which to me is a sign of somebody who's thinking like a makeup artist. Now, is this palette for everyone? No. And if you already have neutrals that you love, I don't think you need this palette. But if you like to do interesting things and in a multitasking way, you can do this, because I've used this shade in my brows. I use this shade and this shade here for contour and bronzer. I've used this shade on my lips. I've used this shade on my lips. I've used this as eyeliner. I have used this in multiple places all over the face, and it makes for such a easy one and done sort of look. And I also like an all matte look. And the fact that we're getting, you know, like a matte putty as well as a matte. So here's the putty and here's the powder. They just work really well together. You can use one or you can use both. It's just a really, really beautiful and easy formula, and it looks effortless on the face. I'm really looking forward to doing more with this palette during the fall. Here's one of those palettes that when I picked it up, I fell head over heels. I'm a huge fan of Viseart, of the quality of eyeshadows that they make and of their color stories. This one here is the Kashmiri Charmeuse, and I love the original Kashmiri palette. It's one of my absolute favorites, but when I saw this, I was like, Yes, because this definitely leans a little bit on the cooler side. The original Kashmiri has kind of like a coolish side and a warm side. And I feel here that we're dealing with some really beautiful brown tones that have some berry to them. Like they lean a little bit either on the pinky side or, you know, there's a hint of rose in there. And this shade here is significantly cooler. We've got a beautiful taupe. And then there's a couple of like duochrome shades in here that are just so much fun. You know, depending on where the light hits them, you see something different. But this palette is stunning. Easy to work with. The mattes are impeccable. I find that the metallics are really easy and wear really well. This is one of those palettes, like all the Viseart palettes, where I don't necessarily feel like I have to wear an eyeshadow primer with it. I'm lazy, I'll admit it. I'm forever reaching for just the eyeshadow. I don't got any primer on today. Most of the time, I would say 75% of the time, I'm not wearing primer. This doesn't need a primer for it to hold fast all day. Now, this is where I tell you I don't have oily eyelids. I have, you know, they're not even dry. They're just kind of like right in the middle. So as long as I don't put any skincare on my eyelids, this wears like a champ all day. But I really love the formulas here and the packaging with the ribbon pull detail. Like it's so easy, so compact. And here's 12 shades right here. While we're talking about Viseart, let me show you two of my absolutely favorite pedophores. Pedophores are their quads. This one here is the Hesperides. This was new this year. It's so pretty. And I know this is kind of like a cool, slightly rosy leaning Boring Betty. This is going to be the eyeshadow palette that can get you to work. This is the one that can, you know, if you want to intensify things just a little bit with the shimmers, take you on the night out. This is one of those palettes that is very versatile and very, very beautiful. But what I like about this is the lack of deep saturation, where in the Charmeuse palette, we do have some darker shades. Here, it's not terribly dark. And for someone like me with fair skin, that's what's great about this. I don't really know how this little quad works on people with rich skin tones. I'm assuming it's probably not going to be as beautiful and elegant because it might pull a little ashy because it is on the cooler side. So keep that in mind as you're going through and looking at these suggestions. These are definitely from my perspective what works on me and what I'm excited to wear. This is one of those that is super easy. Now, one that I think would work for a lot of people and I absolutely love. This is the first time I found a black eyeshadow that didn't intimidate me completely, and it's in this little quad. This one right here is the Bullion. This is a couple of years old, so it has a black and 3 gold. We've got a warm gold, kind of like a champagne-y gold, and kind of like a mid-tone gold. But these are like the most metallic, most beautiful golds ever. And the black in here, okay, so it can be black, or you can like smoke it out and it can be kind of like a smoky gray. But my favorite thing to do, let me just show you, is to build up the black, smoke out the edge, and then plop one of these guys over the top, because when you put one of these metallic-y shades over the top, it completely transforms the black and it's so pretty. So I usually blend a little bronzer in with the black just to kind of soften it a little bit. And then I'll use my finger to tap these gold over the top of the black. And it makes for such a beautiful, you know, it ends up looking more like this. And it's not black and it's just enough, but it gives a smoky eye look. I love this palette. And there's something about this that works so well, where something that is as deep contrast as a black can be a little much, but the way that I'm able to pat the metallics over the top of the black really soften it up and make it so beautiful while still giving that smoky, intense sort of look. These last two probably aren't going to surprise you, but I'm really excited to wear more of the golden palette from Natasha Denona. So this is one of those that I feel is really great for fall if you love golden tones. I like that we have like a really bright yellow gold. We have kind of like more like a mid-tone gold, something that is kind of almost like a bronzy gold. And then we have some warmth in through here. We do have some depth. and some lightness. So you get a wide range of shades in through here. This is an absolutely stunning, beautiful palette. The other thing that I love is that all of these little holes in the back, you can push like a safety pin or a bobby pin through there, and these are in here held by magnets. So you could push out certain ones, and then you can put in other pans from other Natasha Denona midi palettes and create your perfect palette. I think that is so cool. This one is beautiful. I love the formulas, especially the metallics, and I'm going to be using that a lot this fall. Now, the last one is kind of like fall in a palette, quintessentially like what you expect when you think of what is everybody wanting to wear on their eyes for fall. And it's another Natasha Denona. This is the I Need a Warm. So the reason that I love this, we do have a lot of warmth like right here. These like 4 shades right here are very warm. And I always think about the fact that if I wear eyeshadows that are too warm, it really overtakes my face. I've never really wanted to pick up the bronze palette in this midi format from Natasha Denona because it's too warm and the colors are too saturated. But when I saw this, it's a very desaturated warm palette. We've got kind of like a peachy shade here. We have some darks, but it's not too dark. And this is not a black, but it's as dark as it gets here. And these shades kind of like right in through here are not too heavy, and they are just absolutely perfect on my fair skin tone. I learned a while ago that if I'm using really heavy saturated shades, it just is overwhelming my face. So I love that you can build these up if you want more color, if you want more intensity, you certainly can, but these start out not being too much. It really reminds me of a warm version of the I Need a Nude. Now, some people are going to appreciate Natasha's bolder color stories. Those bolder color stories overwhelm my face, which is why when the I Need a Nude came out, I was like, yes. And then I saw the golden palette and this one. Yeah, these are the sorts of palettes that just are like beckoning me all fall long. Come on, let's play. I'm super excited to have these 10 eyeshadow palettes in my collection, and I think they're going to create some incredibly stunning looks for this fall. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. Here's where I want to know, when you're thinking about seasonal shadows, do you change them? Like when the seasons change, are you changing with the seasons? I definitely do that myself, and I like to go through and be, deliberate. I have a big enough collection that I'm like, I'm gonna wear these guys, I'm gonna wear these guys, or things can get lost and forgotten. So for me, it's a great way to go through and to say, hey, I haven't used this one in a while. This one's great for this season. Let me reach for this. But not everybody does seasonal makeup. Some people wear the same thing all the time. I want to know, what sort of person are you? Do you wear the same thing every time? Do you change seasonally? Do you prefer certain color stories for certain seasons? Are you kind of like that pumpkin spice, warm tones for fall? Or do you tend to go more berries and burgundies? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, I am going to put both those videos, the new Lisa Eldridge Fawn video, as well as last year's favorite fall palettes, in the description box. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again soon.